Hey guys, it's Gus, and times are changing. Um, Changing invokes a lot of emotional responses for me as well. But one of the changes is being discussed is with the nerf to some of the you know companions that performed okay. Now we're stuck with a bunch of companions that don't really do anything, and there's a lot of talk, and but all the discussions may be right. I don't think one person is going to figure it out by themselves. I think it's going to take a lot of effort by a lot of people to figure out what's going to work best in the current environment. So, uh, some people are saying augments. Augments are great. Uh, there's a downside to augments though. In my current build, I'm capped in all my ratings. Well, except power, but I'll get that through other sources. I don't really need stats from an augment. Um, Now, some people might, or I could use an augment that would give defensive stats, so I'd have more survivability. But these 38 and 32% awareness, those are just fine for me in any content in the game. But it may not be in the future. Um, so my thought is in group content, not trials, that the meta, no data to support this, will not be striking companions that do damage for us. My thought process, well, maybe not my, I've seen other people, right? Many people's thought process is that the new meta will be companions that make the group do more damage. Um, why? Because currently, after the nerf, unless we find something new, there's really no companions that are gonna contribute to a group's output. I mean, insignificantly small numbers. So the buffs that we get will equate to more group damage than um, striking companions with no abilities will do. For example, this Dritz. One of his abilities is outgoing damage from allies is increased by 3%. Well, we know it's not 3% because the more damage buffs you have, the less effective they become. But it will still be effective because that 3% damage, if you got three strikers in your group, will be, 6% damage boost for the group. And maybe it's 5 after you add in all the, the what's that word where um, I can't think of it, but damage gain gets less effective the more you have. Diminishing returns. I don't know if that's even the right term. So the thing is that if you go with one of these guys, you're gonna get a damage output for the group with this, but your damage is gonna go up as well because instead of wearing Indoms times 6, you're wearing whatever stat you need. I have however it's pronounced, recondite. And let me just show you, like right now my accuracy's at 65%, right? Now if I take off, for science here comes some wasted gold, and I'll do it as quick as I can. Uh, Going quick, and hopefully this new mic is better. I finally got one. I got the kids watching cartoons right here, and they might pipe up in a little bit, so we shall see. Recondite. So remember, it was 65%, and now I'm at 61.4%. So I got a 3.5% accuracy increase, which is like a 1.8% damage output increase. So by me wearing the Dritz, the group's damage goes up, and my damage as well goes up, and I believe those gains will be better than any gains you get from any of the striking companions that we know about. Um, Post nerf, which should be next week. I believe they just announced it. Let me change those back before I forget real quick. And so, whatever I put out here, do not make a single. Don't go buy anything. We need multiple people to verify anything before we have to start believing it as truth. I think the reasoning though, for more experienced players will that this probably does make sense. Oh, and then also since we don't care about Dritz's damage, we can switch from warlords to something else, like put an extra gladiator guy so I'm 5% faster, and my cooldowns are reduced every time I use an artifact. So there's not a whole lot of these. There's the Dritz, there's the Tutor that increases everybody's combat advantage by 5%, and 5%, let's say you're at 80% and you do get combat advantage when you strike, you'll have a 2.8% damage increase. So if you increase the damage of 3 strikers by 2.7, that's a group damage increase by overall by like 8%. Wait. No. Group's damage won't go up 8%. Well, I don't trust my math. But what I'm trying to get at, the point is the group's damage from having Drit summoned or Tutor summoned will be greater than the damage we're losing from the striking companions in a group, i.e. not trial environment. There's also another one that you could consider would be, well, what's great about this is the more the better. Well, there comes a break-even point, but the Stalwart Lion, if you didn't know, most people do, is he every 15 seconds he roars, and party members gain 2 stack of radiant weapons, where they get a 4% damage increase, and they can have 8 stacks of those. So if they have 2 lions, they can have an 8% damage increase. And he has some cool other tricks too. Again, the thing with striking or buffing or debuffing companions is, when you're running a group environment, if you had 5 players and 5 augments, you don't have 5 chances of people giving you combat advantage. But when you have 5 summoned companions and 5 players, now you have 10 ways to get combat advantage. So your combat advantage damage should go up. It should. There's no way I could say that for 100% certainty. And then what other companions are there? If your group is not, full of the absolute best players, you could consider non-buffing companions as well, like the Dedicated Squire, or where is he? The Intellect Devourer. I'm not going to say what people call him, but you can probably guess by looking at him. Where is he? There he is. He's got a very... oh, it's too dark in here. Where is he? Oh, yeah. There he is. It's not the prettiest sight. Some people say he looks like something. Whatever. And then you could also go with the Spine Devil. But the problem is the debuff for that only applies to one enemy. So the Incubus or Succubus applies a debuff to multiple enemies. The thing is in a group environment, the mobs are dead so fast. So those debuffs probably would not make any significant. The heals from the Squire, though. I've posted a couple recent videos. Feel free to check them out. But the Squire's an okay companion. And there's probably other companions in the list. Like there's one of the companions of the hall gives a group of 3% AP gain, and some classes have some really potent dailies in group content. So that 3% AP gain could be a significant contributor as well. I think the meta, the known meta, even if it wasn't the meta, it's the believed meta that we had of running, five strikers, i.e., Zuna, in a group environment, is now shifting towards five support companions where we can run stat giving runestones instead of endoms for further increased damage. And I know there's a lot of people that have like full stats, and the thing is a lot of the stuff that gives ratings, the higher item level you get, it does get harder to cap all your ratings. And some people are doing it by not using the most effective. Like there's gloves that gives ratings, but I don't know. That's neither here or there. I got off on a tangent. But I think the meta is shifting. I think in the future, after next week's patch, in group play, we're going to be better off running with support companions as opposed to damage dealing companions. And I'm looking forward to it. Not relishing it because it's expensive, but if you don't have this stuff already, like tutor, I'll probably be the majority of the time the person running tutor because I happen to have one because they used to be really cheap. The stalwart lions are relatively cheap. They're in the you can find them in the glorious pack. How much are those going for? Probably 1.5. Let's see what the magnificent packs are. 1.1, and then stalwart, 1.1. Well, the next one's 1.3, and this is PS4 economy, which is different probably than Xbox and PC. But I mean that's expensive. But Zuna was way more expensive than these. What is she going for now? Very curious. I don't. They're still believers, huh? 2 million. And then maybe for if you're running solo content, should be good. Let's see what's the elite pack going for. 2 million as well. Okay, I'm looking forward to see what those prices change to next week. But times are changing, and I probably just put out 99% of what I put out might be false. 99% of it may be true. We'll see. But now is the time to theory craft so that we can get ahead of the game. Because if something does become, when we do definitively know it's going to become awesome, the market will react. And if you can react before the market reacts, it will save you a bunch. I just want to reiterate, this has nothing to do with trials. Trials is still probably going to be support companions and striking companions with endoms and warlords. Probably still going to be that way. But for five person content, it's more than likely going to be support companions, I'm thinking. It could be in the future, it could be augments, could be striking companions if we find one that's worthy. We shall see. Stay classy, Neverwinter. See you soon.